In this series, I'm going to take you through every workout I do for the next 30 days, and we're going to track and see how much progress I can make in my strength, physique, and athleticism using a 30-day calisthenics workout program.
To kick off this series, I'm going to show you my strength for some of the advanced calisthenics moves. I'm getting closer to a straddle planche. The form needs work though, but I've come a long way with it so far. So I'm going to keep on it and see how much progress I can make in 30 days. As you can see, I'm shaking a lot during the rep. It's pretty hard for me to hold even a couple seconds of straddle planche. Next up is front lever. Right now I can hold a half decent straddle front lever, and hopefully one day I can hold a full front lever and do a full front lever touch. Next up we have the freestanding handstand push-up. This move is not as tough as the lever exercises because you stack your body vertical, so it's not as tough as a planche or a full planche push-up, but it's still pretty tough to go deep, and I'm working on getting a nice consistent deep handstand push-up. I managed to get one rep before failing, but the form was pretty shaky and I know I can improve it over time. Next up we have the one arm pull-up. This move is super stressful on your joints, especially your elbow joints, so you want to be careful with this one. Go slow, do the proper progressions, and make sure you're not overtraining it. You can only train it realistically 2 to 3 times a week maximum, or else you're going to run the risk of a joint injury. Now for the actual strength routine, I'm starting off with the ring turned out dips. So someone actually corrected me on Reddit, and they said that you're actually supposed to keep the rings turned out for the entire range of motion. So you're basically in a supinated grip, much like a supinated planche would be, for the entire portion of the dip. It makes it a whole lot tougher to stabilize. I've never trained like this before, so I'm only able to get a few reps, but my goal is to improve my ring strength, improve my ring turn down strength, my straight arm strength on rings. Eventually I'd like to get the full planche on rings and the full planche push up on rings. So by training like this, I'll slowly work up the strength to being able to do that. After dips, I'm doing L-sit pull-ups on the rings. This is a really great exercise. You're going to work your entire back. You're going to strengthen your core up. It's a great way to demonstrate your control and your strength, and on the rings you have to use more stabilization. So right now I'm able to get 10 L-sit pull-ups in a row. My goal is to improve the form, go all the way down, all the way up, and overall progress in my pulling strength. Next up we have ring turned out push-ups. Again, I'm using the same advice I took on the ring dips. I'm trying to keep the rings turned out for the entire rep. This is basically like a supinated push-up. It's great for training supinated planche. By doing it on rings, you can go lower and have a deeper range of motion, and it's also going to require a lot more stabilization. So I'm going for about 8 reps. My form starts to break down, but that's a sign that I'm really pushing myself as hard as I can go with this movement. Your form will start to break down before you reach muscular failure 10 times out of 10, so you have to balance proper form with maximal intensity in your workouts. Next on the workout, we have tucked front lever rows. I'm doing this on rings. The benefit with the rings, as all the other movements are, is you get more stabilization. You have to stabilize the rings more than you would with a pull-up bar. But another added benefit with the rings is you can pull straight up without your knees hitting the bar. So if I was doing this on a regular bar, I wouldn't be able to do it in a tuck with full range of motion, but on the rings I can do a full range of motion tuck front lever row. Next up, we're doing pistol squats. This is one of the best body weight only lower body movements you can do. You're squatting your entire body weight on one leg. I can do 12 reps per set, but I could probably up the numbers, but it just becomes quite painful, quite the burning sensation from the lactic acid buildup. So I just do 12 since lower body isn't really my main goal. So I'll do 12 on the left side, rest a little bit, and then do 12 on the right side. This is great for building your quads. It's great. It's decent for your hamstrings as well, and it's just overall one of the most foundational compound lower body movements to squat. Last but not least, we're doing feet elevated pike push-ups. This is an overhead pressing movement, and it's one of the best shoulder building exercises you can do. You're going to build a bunch of strength, a bunch of muscle in your front delt. This is a key strength builder for the planche, for the handstand push-up. Pretty much every advanced calisthenics upper body pushing exercise is going to benefit from doing the feet elevated pike push-up, and it's a must add to your routines.